Chickens. They're scrumptious, they're delicious, but more importantly, they played a crucial role in science, economies, and religions all around the world. Today, I'll be talking about how the chicken's influence spread across the world through the Columbian exchange. Back around 5000 BC, when the chicken's ancestor, the red jungle fowl, lived in parts of Southeast Asia and Oceania, eating seeds, nuts, and some small insects before it got domesticated by the Austronesian people due to the chicken's ability to lay eggs frequently, turning it into the modern chicken we know today. Did you know that the modern chicken is very closely related to 3 other species of chicken, including the green jungle fowl, the gray jungle fowl, and the Sri Lankan jungle fowl? They are also the descendants of dinosaurs and are the T-Rex's closest living relatives. Speaking of dinosaurs, the earliest known fossils of chickens were found in China dating back to 5400 BC. From China, after they were domesticated, were spread across the continent through trade and conquest from China and India all the way to the Mediterranean. Spreading from China to the Mediterranean is a sport of cockfighting, as the Greeks used roosters as a form of entertainment by shoving them in front of one another and letting them fight to the death. Fun, right? The Greeks also used chickens and eggs in fine cuisine and ate them during special occasions or reserved them for royalty. In Rome, people consulted chickens for advice and fortune-telling and eventually made the chicken a symbol of Christianity. Fun fact, did you know that some people believe that chickens laid eggs of the devil? Crazy, right? Continuing on, the chicken's influence spread to Egypt, where the Egyptians took advantage of the chicken's egg-laying abilities and learned how to make artificial incubation chambers made from beds of ash, letting them continuously harvest eggs and hatch them while the chicken lay more eggs at the same time. From what used to be a royal delicacy, turned into a common source of nutrition. Another thing the Egyptians did was they hung eggs in their temples to ensure a bountiful harvest. During Columbus' second expedition in 1493, he introduced chickens to the island of Hispaniola, which is now the Dominican Republic. Here's the thing, due to new genetic discoveries, it became controversial if it was the first chicken in the New World, as remnants of chickens appeared near Polynesian settlements, but there isn't strong enough evidence that they were the first ones there. For the next few centuries, people brought chickens along wherever they went, whether through conquest, trade, or colonization. During that period, Chinese breeds were introduced to England, and farmers went crazy over them. They started crossing them with local chickens, creating different varieties and giving them different traits. This caught the attention of a famous individual, Charles Darwin. He went on to study the chicken's selective breeding process and would later introduce the theory of evolution. Skipping to the 20th century, the chicken became more integrated into the farmer's lifestyle, but not to the point where they started industrializing them. Yet. During World War II, the demand for chickens started rising, and farmers began pumping out chickens and eggs like there was no tomorrow, increasing the popularity of the chicken and leaving a lasting impact on the modern economy. This leads us to today, with massive franchises like KFC, Chick-fil-A, and Popeyes being the main consumers of the chicken market, and the demand for chicken growing, so are the sizes of the factories. Chickens inside factories are given 1.5 square feet of space per chicken, which is like being in a porta potty but much smaller, meaning the chicken won't be able to spread their wings out or move around much. They've also been bred to be so docile that even free-range chickens would prefer to wait for the next delivery of feed. So in conclusion, chickens have influenced a lot of things around the world through the Columbian exchange, and without them, you probably wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that you have today.